What's up, guys? It's Mully. I'm back. Um, I think anyway, and it's been a long, long time. It definitely has been a long time since the last video I made. It's been almost a year. And as far as where I've been and why I haven't uploaded for that long period of time, we'll get into that in another video. But I want to welcome you guys to a little documentary that I've got going here. Let's call it Hearthstone, a year of free-to-play. And this particular video I've had planned for a little while. I just wanted to make a video about my journey through this game for the past year. I'm recording this on January the 25th. The reason why that date is so significant is because January 25th, today is the 1 year anniversary of me playing Hearthstone. And I'm only going to do this in one take, by the way. I'm not doing any editing or anything like that. It's just going to be me talking. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. I noticed the 40 packs here. Don't worry. We'll get into that in this video as well. But I just want to talk about my journey as a free-to-play player playing Hearthstone, and just the ups and downs and the things that I've had to do, and as far as deck building, playing the game on the ranked ladder, times where I may have had to get creative. Well, not really creative, but just working with the limited card pool that I had throughout this year. Most people that just as an aside, if you're gonna play this game for free without spending any money, most people will tell you that you need to start in arena and play arena for a couple of months and learn how to get really good at it, which is absolutely true. That is something I did not quite do, unfortunately. I actually started off playing ranked, and I really didn't have a lot of cards. And this type of free-to-play model, if you don't spend money on the game, then you've got to put in the time. You have to play the game in order to build up your card collection. So that's pretty much what I've done the past year. The only time money was quote-unquote spent was a gift that I received for Christmas that I was able to get some Hearthstone packs off of that Christmas gift, but it wasn't even my own money. So anyway, my journey, like I said, I started off in ranked ladder, and I built whatever decks I could off the cards that I had. The best deck I could put together was a hunter deck that had a lot of beast synergy. It had like man, I remember I played that deck for the first 6 weeks. Well, the last week of January and then all of February. And I believe some of March, too, of last year. I played that deck. It had like Emperor Cobras, Howlmasters. The deck was pretty crazy. I didn't even have Savannah Highmanes in it, which is insane. But yeah, I had no cards. Hardly any cards. But eventually, as my collection built up and I was opening packs and getting gold and from winning matches, I was eventually able to make a few other decks. I built a Face Hunter, which was a bit more refined than the janky Beast Hunter that I had back then, which is ironic because Beast Hunter actually started becoming good a couple months down the line. It was more of a mid-range hunter. But anyway, I built a Tempo Rogue deck, and eventually was able to build a Shaman deck. I, like many others, was inspired by Trump's free-to-play run, and I largely based my Shaman deck off of his free-to-play Shaman, and I'm sure a lot of Hearthstone players have, those that remember that free-to-play run that Trump basically took a mid-range shaman deck he spent no money on, and he took it to legend. So it was largely based off that. Around that time, Reynad's Aggro Warrior was starting to pick up a lot of steam because a lot of players back then would cry that the game was pay to win because the metagame was so slow, and all the control decks with a bunch of legendaries was popular back when I first started. So a lot of new players that were getting into the open beta, they just wanted a good deck that didn't cost that much as far as dust was concerned. Aggro Warrior was one of those decks, and then later Zoo. But those were the 4 decks I pretty much rolled with, and I experimented with some other decks, but those were the 4 main decks that I played for months, and I updated them, refined them, made changes, and I even entered them into tournaments. I got into tournament play last summer, and I did all right. I didn't do too bad. I never actually won any particular tournaments, but a few of the tournaments I had some pretty high place finishes, like top 8s, a top 16, And the other thing I have to credit is the classic packs. Well, they're now called classic, but back then they were just called expert because there was only one set of cards. But I was pretty lucky as far as what legendaries I've pulled, and I think I should be able to name off most of the legendaries I was able to pull from packs. I've never actually pulled just a legendary that was just straight up bad from a classic pack. Like, let's see. Maybe we could start here. And these are all the cards that I've gained just over time, just from a year of playing for free. But well, let's do it this way. I can just search legendary. Yeah, we got Archmage Antonidas, Tyrion Fordring, Alakir, and then more recently Golden Neptulon, Grom, Iron Juggernaut, and then these are all the legendaries I've gotten from the Cursonax Rammus adventure mode, or I just pulled them out of packs. But as you can see, a bunch of these legendaries that I pulled from the classic packs, like none of them are actually bad. Like Ysera was the very first legendary I ever pulled. I also pulled Leroy Jenkins twice. That's when Leroy Jenkins was cheaper, but ever since the nerf, any Leroy Jenkins I had, I just dusted them. Yeah, Harrison Jones, not too bad. King Mookla's the quote-unquote worst legendary I've ever pulled, unless you want to count Nat Pagle, but Nat Pagle was nerfed almost a year ago. It was right before Hearthstone actually officially came out. They nerfed Nat Pagle at the end of the beta period. But even King Mookla's not that bad. Yeah, Bloodmage Thanos, Sylvanas. Rag I did not pull from a pack. I crafted Rag. But yeah, all my pulls have been from classic packs have been pretty good, and nothing horrendously bad. So I'm definitely grateful for that as a free-to-play player. But that's kind of enough of my journey. I did hit Legend once. I hit Legend. It's been a while since I've hit Legend, but I hit Legend back in July of last year with a mid-range hunter deck. Some of you guys that follow me remember that deck. I actually made a post on Reddit. It's been 6 months, but it was really cool at the time because that was a metagame where Miracle Rogue was very popular because it was good against Mid-Range Hunter, which was the popular deck before that. And it was Miracle Rogue, Druids, and Handlock. Those were the top 3 decks. Nobody was playing Mid-Range Hunter at all at the time. So I built one. I put it together. I actually teched in some Fairy Dragons as the 2-drop to make it a little bit more aggressive and to give Miracle Rogue fits, since Fairy Dragon's pretty hard for them to remove without them using their face. And I eventually hit Legend with it right when Curse of Naxxramas hit. It was like the first week of Nax when I had just come out when I hit Legend. So, but I haven't since then. But yeah, these are all the legendaries I have. It's quite a few. It's 22 legendaries. Not too bad. I got close to 1,400 dust right now. That's pretty good. I mean, this is all me playing for free, basically. Not spending my own money, just putting the time in for the past year. I've got almost 3,600 dust just in cards. These are just extra cards I have. So I think effectively, if I was to disenchant these cards right now, as well as disenchant some of the golden cards I have that are extra copies, then I would have a little over 7,000 dust. So that's pretty good for a free-to-play player. I just been sitting on dust for the past couple months. Ever since Goblins vs. Gnomes released, I just basically been sitting on dust, trying to figure out exactly what decks I want to go with next. You know, what I want to spend my dust on and invest in. But as of right now, I've opened excuse me. I told you guys I was only going to do this in one take, but sorry about that, allergies. But as far as the packs I've opened, let's see. I've opened 135 classic packs, and I've also opened 75 Goblins vs. Gnomes packs. So, pretty sizable. And like I said, the only time money was quote-unquote spent was when I got a Christmas gift that the gift basically paid for some Hearthstone packs. But I've never spent any of my own money. And I know I'm kind of getting to this towards the middle of the video, but I know you guys are wondering, like, well, why did you decide to play this game for free? Why have you decided for this entire year to just not spend money on it? And the main reason I did it was I really just wanted to challenge myself and just see how far I could get without spending a dime on the game, and just putting the time in to learn the constructive metagame, learn how arena works, try to get good at both of them. Although it's been a while since I've done arena, I've kind of fell off of arena a little bit. At one point I was going infinite, basically, which just basically means that whatever gold you spend on arena, then you make that same gold back when you get done with your run. So usually you're going infinite. Going infinite is considered when you hit the 7 to 8 win mark, somewhere in there. When your arena run is enough to, the winnings you get is enough to pay for your next run. TLDR. Or too long didn't listen. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that was the biggest reason I went free to play. Of course, another reason was I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money to spend on Hearthstone, so I kind of didn't have a choice. Not really. I really couldn't afford that. Whatever money fell through my hands had to go to other things. So the other thing I want to do is just, if you're out there and you want to play this game for free, just be a free-to-play player, I just encourage you to go for it. The other reason for this documentary was just to prove that it can be done. And this is where I'm at after a year, and 95% of the collection I've got here is I don't want to say 95%. I don't want to give numbers, but most of this collection just came from just putting in time, playing the game, winning matches, earning gold, buying packs, just over time. But let me show you guys something. Just to kind of give an example. This deck here, this is a Control Warrior deck. This was the reason why I named it 6 months of free to play is because it took me 6 months of free to play to actually get all the cards needed to build this deck. This was the first. This is outdated. This is basically Curse of Naxxramas Control Warrior, the one I was able to build. This was literally what I could come up with. Like the reason why you don't see Alexstrasza in this deck is because I don't have Alexstrasza. I just had to go with the legendaries that I had, the best possible legendaries that could be used in Control Warrior, like Grom, Ragusera, Sylvanas. But this was what I could build as far as what a Control Warrior would look like with my collection. And this isn't too bad. I mean, I was able to build this up without spending any money. I actually could have built this in 4 months if I wanted to. If I had just focused my efforts, like as far as spending dust to craft certain cards, if I had focused on building Control Warrior, I could have done it in 4 months based on what I had. But I mean, this deck didn't do too bad. I played over 100 games with it, so, and it served me pretty well. But I'm definitely gonna be looking to update this list once I get a few more cards. But yeah, I just wanted to show Control Warrior deck as an example, because anybody that plays this game, anyone that plays Constructed 808 knows that Control Warrior is the most expensive deck to build in the entire game, just because of the nature of the deck. It's a late game deck. You're basically controlling the board until you get to your late game, where you can just drop all of your legendaries. And there are plenty of Control Warrior decks that have more legendaries than this. Mine is light, but as I said, this was all I could build with my collection, which, like, again, I think it's pretty good, not too bad. But that's why I wanted to show this particular deck as an example, because it's the most expensive deck to build. That's why you hear people call it Wallet Warrior, things of that nature. But as far as free to play, if I was going to do it again, I would definitely play more Arena. I wouldn't have even touched Constructed. I would have just played Arena for 3 to 4 months and just built up my card collection and just try to go infinite in Arena. Just learn how to get really, really good at it. Because there's Arena players out there, they've earned tens of thousands of gold, hundreds and hundreds of packs just off Arena. Like, you can build an entire you can get every card. It's perfectly possible. It's completely possible. But that's what I would, if I was going to do it differently, I would have played a lot more Arena. I would just did that only. If you really don't want to start by playing Arena, because not everybody likes Arena, I don't necessarily care for it either. I'd much rather play Constructed. But if you really don't want to start with Arena, then you can start by just playing Constructed. But you're going to be limited to what decks you're going to be able to build. The cheapest decks you can make are Hunter, Zoo, which is the Warlock aggro deck. Just literally just Google Zoo. Hearthstone Zoo, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Shaman is fairly cheap to build as well. It doesn't cost that much dust. You don't have to craft that many cards to have a decent build. But yeah, you're kind of going to be pigeonholed into starting with one of those three. Tempo Rogue's not that bad, and you could build an aggro version and a really super aggressive deck with any other class, but I don't know. My personal opinion, I think Hunter's the best at that. So it's like you might as well just be playing aggro Hunter, at least right now in the current metagame. But outside of all those things, you'll have to get pretty creative in your deck building as far as replacements that you're going to put in to make a certain deck work if you really want to play with said certain deck. But yeah, those are the things I would do over again. That's my advice to other free-to-play players. The Curse of Naxxramas expansion is a pretty good investment overall as well, because there's no RNG involved as far as pulling cards from packs. You know exactly what cards you're getting. It seems a little bit daunting at first if you're just starting out and you literally have no gold, because there's 5 wings and each wing costs 700 gold. But like I said, you know what cards you're getting, and a lot of those cards are pretty good. They can fit into a bunch of different decks. But I would actually just go infinite in arena first. That'd be my personal advice. First order of business, just play arena. Learn how to get good at that. You'll get so much gold that Nax won't be a problem purchasing for you using your in-game gold. But yeah, that's enough of that. These 40 packs, we're gonna go ahead and open these in this video. The reason why I wanted to do this video, and the last thing I'll say regarding the documentary, is I wanted to mark this as the end of me being a free-to-play player. So I just want to have the freedom to, if I want to buy packs with my own money, then I just go ahead and buy them. If I don't, then I don't. So I just kind of want to have that freedom going forward. I'm satisfied with the challenge that I set for myself, and I just wanted to prove that it could be done given time. But these 40 packs, I did spend money on these. So yep, as of today, I'm no longer a free-to-play player. I don't know if I'm gonna spend more money on packs after this, because I have a fairly sizable collection, and like I said before, I'm sitting on 7k dust, so I can craft a couple different things. But yeah, let's go ahead and crack these open. I know you guys have been waiting for this. I was wondering which one to pull first. Let's do this. I like using the legend card backs. And I also like spoiling myself. Alright. Decent start. That's pretty good too. Well, not really. I lied. But yeah, we'll get into I'll see about making another video, just letting you guys know where I've been and what I've been up to the past, I guess, 8 to 9 months, something like that. Got a spellbender. That's actually my first spellbender after opening over 100 of these, because I'll be at 150. But honestly, I think after I open all these packs, if I do spend money, it's not going to be for a while. I think I've been sitting on my dust long enough. I need to just go ahead and figure out what I want to play, what decks I want to build, what decks I want to test out, what classes I want to try. Because there's classes that I've tried every class, I've played every class, but there's some classes that I haven't played in a while that I'm thinking about going back to. Priest being one of those, even though in the current metagame, Priest is average. At least that's the view of the Priest class right now. A lot of people view it as average at best. So honestly, the only legendary I want to pull from the classic packs right now is Alexstrasza, because Alexstrasza is going to open up some other possibilities. And I don't mean that by, oh, I can put it in Control Warrior. I actually want to experiment with a Control Warrior that does not use Alexstrasza. But it opens up some other possibilities like Freeze Mage. That's really the only legendary I want from okay. Let's see what it is, boys. Another Grom. Okay. Not bad. I don't know if I'm gonna dust that or hold on to it. It's 400 dust if I do it. If I dust it. It's a nice thing about when you open packs, if you got people on your friends list. Kind of let you know, grats, congratulations. Oh wow, this pack's really good. At least rarity wise. I did need a second Doomsayer. I only had one Doomsayer. Doomsayer was the first epic I ever pulled in this game. I'm glad I finally got a second copy. As far as legendaries from Goblins vs. Gnomes, I'm probably the last person that has not crafted Dr. Boom in this game. So that's going to be the legendary I'm looking for. If I do not get it, then I'm just going to craft it because I have the dust. But it'd be nice if I pulled it instead. Yeah, that would be lovely. Golden ringleader. I already have one actually. Alright, so last classic pack, so no Alex. Bit unfortunate. Did get Grom, but I didn't need Grom. But let's open these bad boys. This is what you guys really came here for. You didn't want me to open any classic packs. Let me open some GVG packs. Iron Sensei. I haven't. My first one. Granted, the whole Mecro thing has not gone over very well. But so far, I mean, this metagame's still really new, honestly. I mean, Goblins vs. Gnomes came out in December. It's barely over a month old. So far, all stuff I have already. Multiple copies. It's just more dust, which is a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. But nothing that's really tickled my fancy. It's caught my eye. I mean, some of these aren't bad packs at all, but. There's specific cards I'm looking for, and I'm just not pulling them. I think Dr. Boom's really the only legendary I really want.
Golden comment.
Nice. Pretty dope. I really like the design of the golden piloted shredder. Although I think piloted shredder itself, and I know I'm in the minority as far as this opinion, but I think it's actually a bit overrated as a card. It's extremely popular and constructed. Oh, we got one, boys. Let's see what it is.
Legendary.
Oh, Trogzor. That's a nice pickup. Although Trogzor is kind of the biggest disappointment of this set. This card was so hyped up, and then it turned out to actually be nowhere near as good as people thought it was going to be. But I still wanted to pull one, so that's nice. Now that's a legendary I don't have to craft myself, so
Golden.
still hoping I pull a Dr. Boom though. I know I only got 14 packs left. I'm still holding out. It's not a huge deal if I don't get it. Second Iron Sensei. And I don't know how many Dark Whispers I have. God, so many Vitality Totems. One take, guys, one take. You will just have to deal with my allergies. It's not like I asked for them. But this is the thing you gotta watch out for when playing any card game, not just Hearthstone. This is the last thing you want to get addicted to. Opening packs. You want to talk about money being spent? Oh my god. I can just remember the days. Oh, I got another legendary. What could it be?
Legendary.
Oh man, I have one of these. Don't do this to me. No. For the record, my GVG legendary pulls have not been as good. They haven't.
Golden.
So what do we get? Trogzor, Grom, and Thermoplug. So the legendaries that pulled already had them, so it's like, not very exciting. But it's cool though. I'm sitting on dust, so oh my goodness. This pack is insane. This pack is absolutely insane. It just is just pure rarity. I didn't tell my man he was being recorded. Goblins and gnomes. That's literally what Hobgoblin says. Nah. Basically dust. It's pretty much what it is. Alright, 3 more, guys. Can we pull another one? Can we pull another legendary? You know what? It doesn't even have to be Dr. Boom. It doesn't have to be Dr. Boom at this point. I'm happy with almost anything else. Nice. That's nice because I already have 2 of these, so if I want to, I can dust this. It's like 400 dust. Yeah. If I want to. We'll see. Last one. We end okay. Yeah, we end all right. For what it's worth, that's actually my second copy. I didn't have a well, yes I did. The other one was golden, so I can actually dust the golden one now if I want to, because the golden ones are worth more dust. All you pro tip for those free-to-play players out there. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, so you don't miss any more content. All my social thingies will be in the description below. Google Plus, Twitter. Feel free to follow me at those places so you don't miss what I'm gonna be doing. I still have some plans. Still have some videos that I want to put out, but this is just something that I wanted to do because I've had this plan for a while. I knew that once I hit my 1 year anniversary playing this game that I wanted to kind of do a mini documentary of this, but I'm sure this is going on way too long. But yeah, you guys take care, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.